Hello all and welcome to All Red. Arne Slot is Liverpool's new head coach, and there are sure to be some changes coming with this new appointment. So let's talk about the Arne Slot effect and what he's going to do, what he's going to bring in to Liverpool, how he's going to try to improve Liverpool on what Klopp has built over the last 9 years, and why I think these are going to be some really, really good changes for Liverpool Football Club, both on and off the field. So let's talk about the Arne Slot effect and what he's going to do and how he's going to change Liverpool forever. Well, at least for the next couple years, hopefully. All right. The first thing Arne Slot is going to change is how Liverpool play on the pitch. Now, none of these three reasons that I'm about to give you are any shot at Jurgen Klopp. I'm not taking a shot at him or criticizing how he ran Liverpool. He did it in a very unique way, and he did it in his own way. But I think Arne Slot is going to come in and change these three things. And I think the first thing he's going to come in and change is how Liverpool possess during matches. Liverpool, under Jurgen Klopp, were the gegenpress machine. They were the team that created so much chaos, they created chaos both in the attacking third and in their own defensive third. But Liverpool, under Jurgen Klopp, they were this chaotic machine that could explode at any time. And we saw that this past year, very notably, in matches where we would go down a goal because of the chaos that we let kind of happen in our own 18-yard box or in our own defensive third. But then there was just no controlling Liverpool for a full 90 minutes. We'd see them come out in the second half and put 2 or 3 or 4 goals in a matter of minutes. And there was just this chaos surrounding Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool that in a lot of ways and in many matches would turn out to go in their favor. There were times we saw, like against Manchester United in the FA Cup, where that chaos did not go our way. And there was kind of this maybe inconsistency to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Not always, but I think you see how Jurgen Klopp was so successful in Europe in so many of his campaigns because that chaos was just really hard to plan for in the opposition. Now, what Arne Slot is going to do is instill a more possession-based attack. So building up from the back more, relying less on counterattacks. There's going to be a strong emphasis on counterattacking, but less on this kind of create the chaos and more on this, hey, when we get possession, we're going to build out from the back. You know, for better or for worse, you could compare maybe Arne Slot to Pep Guardiola's style, where they're just going to possess no matter what. They are going to possess and have control. And instead of, you go look at how Manchester City attacks, it's almost like the players are moving in slow motion versus the Liverpool attack, where guys are just going a million miles an hour and almost have this like franticness to them. Whereas the Man City attack is very controlled. It's almost slow. You slow it down a little bit. So I expect Arne Slot to slow down Liverpool's attack, the way they play, the way they possess. It's going to be possession and control versus high gegenpressing, full-on chaos. Now, not to say that Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool was fully chaotic. No. There were spells where our attack was very possessive. Our attack was very fluid. But you get the sense that it was kind of always going to gravitate more towards kind of that high energy, full speed at all times. I expect Arne Slot to be more of a possessive, possession-based coach and really emphasize possession and control. Now, I just mentioned gegenpressing. Arne Slot's style still has a high emphasis on pressing, high pressing, winning the ball back in our attacking third. And I think that is going to stay the same. And that's great because Liverpool are really good at that. And I think we have the players that are going to be very good at that. And I think Darwin Núñez in particular is very good at that skill of high pressing, winning the ball back, and propelling forward to score goals. So I think that's going to stay the same. I expect Arne Slot's Liverpool to still be very good at the high press, winning the ball back. But what do we do with the ball when we get it back? I think it's going to be more possessed and more controlled than what Jurgen Klopp was instilling in his players. All right, next point here, next thing that Arne Slot will change. I am very excited for this element of Arne Slot and what he's going to bring into Liverpool. He has proven the ability to be versatile and unpredictable in the way that he sets up for every different match. So every opponent he's going to make adjustments for. He's going to maybe change his lineup, maybe change his starting 11, maybe change where, maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold starts at right back for one opposition, and then the next game he's putting him in the midfield because he thinks Trent Alexander-Arnold's strengths would do better against that particular opponent. I'm very excited for that. I don't think Klopp did that. He didn't necessarily maybe always need to do that, but you get the sense there were results over the last couple of years with Jurgen Klopp where it was like, yeah, we should have beat that team and we should have made the adjustments that we knew were coming because, especially you see in April and May of this past season, there were teams that were starting to figure us out. And at the same time, our team was just losing steam, but we didn't make adjustments. It was just like, this is how we play, and this is how we're going to come out. Now, Klopp would do that at halftime. He was very good at making adjustments at halftime. I'd rather see that be made before the match starts and have all week or several days of training to build up and to understand how they're going to attack certain opponents based on how they set up and their strengths. So I'm very excited to see Arne Slot do this and instill this in the way that he coaches his teams. Now, he values players that can play multiple positions. We saw that a lot at Feyenoord with guys like Gertrude and just the way that he would set up his team. And I think Liverpool, their current squad, even without any additions, are set up really well to play into this versatility and unpredictability. You've got guys like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Cody Gakpo can play multiple positions, Darwin Núñez. I mean, anybody on the team outside of maybe a Virgil van Dijk and Konate, they can play pretty much anywhere on the field. So not that I want, Joe Gomez playing striker, but Joe Gomez, he could do well as a striker. His scoring record might indicate otherwise. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. But we have a very versatile squad. And I think that plays in really well to Arne Slot coming in and being very versatile in how he sets up for each different opponent. All right, this one, we're going to talk about Arne Slot's dedication to all of his players and their technical skill and the fluidity that he wants to see in his team. If you go and watch some of Feyenoord's best attacks from the last couple of years, they're remarkably fluid. And again, I'm not knocking Jurgen Klopp in the way that he set up his team, because there were points, especially in the Firmino, Mane, and Salah years, where our attack was unbelievably fluid. Unbelievably, some of the best fluidity with those front three, and the way that they could counter press and counterattack was just incredible. Arne Slot's going to take that kind of idea and instill it throughout the whole team. He wants center backs, right backs, left backs, defensive midfielders, and up throughout the attack to be fluid, to have technical skill, to be able to make crisp, clean passes in and around space, in and through the opposition's defense. There are there are a lot of ways that Arne Slot can do that. That's just something that you have to instill in and throughout the team. Now, not to say that Jurgen Klopp didn't do that in his time at Liverpool, but you've got even guys like Mo Salah. Mo Salah could be a little bit more technical in the way, there's times during matches where Mo Salah, his numbers are incredible, right? His numbers are incredible. But there's some times where it's like, what? Like, what was that pass? Like, what are you doing? Like really being intentional to maximize every chance and have the technical skill and the mentality to do what needs to be done every time Liverpool gains possession back from the opposition. So there are other things here that I'm sure Arne Slot will and his new staff will come in and change. I think these are the three biggest ones that I could think of, at least. If you've got others that you think he'll come in and change and maybe improve, I'd love to hear about it. But these things I think are very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see how they play out over the next 12 months with Arne Slot's first full season or first season in general, because he didn't have a half season or anything. But Arne Slot, I fully believe, already has these ideas in mind. And these are not just because it's the way that he wants to play football. I think it's because it's a better way to play football. Think about possession and control versus the high intensity gegenpress. That lends itself to more durable players. That lends itself to more longevity in your starting 11. That control, I think, is needed in the modern game today, because a team cannot survive when literally 11 of your best players are injured for several months at a time. A lot of that was unlucky with this past season under Klopp. A lot of it was unlucky. Guys like Jota getting stepped on and getting injured that way, that's just unlucky. But more control, more possession, I think, is always a good thing. Chaos can be fun. Is it sustainable over a full campaign? Typically not. The versatility and unpredictability, again, for Arne Slot to have the mental ability to see an opponent, to study them, to know exactly how he wants to change and adapt his tactics and his lineup to best go out and destroy them. I'm all for that. Let's do that. Let's have fun doing that and watching how that plays out. And then just working on the everyday technical skill and fluid attack that comes out of that technical skill, I think is going to be really thrilling to watch. Arne Slot is in a fantastic position, and I think I'll put out a video on this soon, but I think Arne Slot is in such a better position than when Jurgen Klopp took over 9 years ago. He's in such a better position because of what Klopp has done, because of the work Klopp has done, even in the last 12 months, in bringing in this new midfield that Klopp brought in magically last season. Slot is taking over such a good squad. It's a gold mine. So he is in such a good position to thrive, and just, again, to come in with these fresh, innovative ideas where Klopp, maybe could have done that. He just ran out of steam. But now you've got a guy who's younger, clearly has more energy, has innovation, and the mental ability to come in and see, all right, where can we improve? Where can we take this super strong, cohesive unit and make improvements and really just excel? So I know. I get it. I'm a Liverpool fan, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm trying to temper expectations because it's never easy when a new manager comes in. But Arne Slot, I think, is just going to be really good. I think he's just going to be really good. And I think some of these changes he's going to make are going to be very good for the squad. So, as always, up Arne Slot and up the Reds. Thanks for watching this all-red clip. If you liked the video, click the like button and comment below. Let me know something about whatever it is you want to say. And, of course, consider joining the All Red community by subscribing to this channel. It's fast, it's easy, it's free, and it's all red. And you're welcome to stay here and keep watching this video as long as you like. But I actually need to go. So, thank you. I'll see you later.